hope you're having a great day today. All right, today is our Less Stuff More Life challenge. It's the day that I'm giving you a challenge for the week to implement into your life so that you can make a difference in your life, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, right? We're gonna, for the year 2020, we're gonna weed out things out of our life and we're gonna make a difference and an impact. So by the end of 2020, we can go, wow, look at all the things I've done, or wow, I feel like life is so much going better. Even though things are crazy right now, I decided to keep this series in here because I'm like, you know what? Just because you may be on lockdown, you may be stuck in your house, doesn't mean you need to stop living. Yes, life is disrupted. Yes, we can't get out and do all the things we're normally used to doing, but guess what? There is so much we can do right in our own home and for other people just by doing simple little steps. So this week, this is all from my book, Less Stuff More Life. Not a plug to buy the book. You can go download this book for free. Right below, there's a link and it takes you to my website and you can download it for free as a PDF and you can follow along with this. Each week on Tuesdays, I'm giving you just a challenge of things that you might try to do for the week just to help improve your lifestyle, or maybe be a blessing to somebody else, or do something for someone to impact their life. That's what this is all about. It's about making a positive change in your world. So this week, this one's fitting. I feel like this one's might be super hard this week, but you can do these things. Yes, you can. This week's challenge is going to be to go TV free for a week. What? Now, your definition of TV free might be a whole lot different than what that, when you first hear that, means, but it can mean something as simple as just shutting off the TV and stopping watching movies or TV shows for the whole week. I know it sounds a little crazy because you're at home all the time. Oh my goodness, what are you gonna do? Well, guess what? Like myself, I've stayed home our entire marriage. Now I have a little bit more work that I have to do because the kids are older, and I do YouTube and I make videos every single day, and that takes up a lot of time. But back in the day, even when I was home with kids all the time, yes, it is easier to put a TV on and let kids watch it because they get distracted. But you know, there was a time that we got rid of our TV. It was one of the greatest times in our homes. And I think a lot of you can attest to that. I mean, at times, think of when the power goes out. I mean, yes, it's a disruption because you got no water, you've got no power, you've got nothing. But I know in our home, my kids are like, this is the greatest time ever because we spend time together. We actually do things as a family. The same thing with the TV. Like, I know we didn't have it. You know, we did. We spent time together. We played games together. We actually interacted among each other. And it was a great growing moment. So much time is wasted. I mean, movies are great. TV shows are great. There are some great ones out there with great messages. I like those. But it can just suck you in and you can just watch these things and it takes away from so much time together interacting as a family. And sometimes it's easier when you have little kids. I get that because I have 10 of them, and I remember the days of like, I need a TV show on just to keep them busy. But I also remember the time that we took away the TV and we had to figure out how to do life without one. It's amazing. Just like right now, you're trying to figure out life of being at home all the time and trying to figure out how to do that. And guess what? You're doing it. Those first few days were probably rocky. Those first few days, it was probably an adjustment, getting used to your husband being home. Maybe a week, maybe you're still adjusting. I don't know. Same thing with your kids being home, all those things. Everything is an adjustment and takes time. But guess what? Eventually, you figure out how to do these things. I know in our home, even with our kids and their devices, instead of letting them play them all day, which I can let them do that all day long, and it's so much easier for me. And there's some days where I'm like so busy, I say, okay, go ahead and do your device. But if I set those times and say, okay, we're not gonna do anything from here to here, find something else to do. Do you know that the first few times it's like, I gotta play with my sibling. Oh, and you get the eye rolls and you get the complaining. And what are we gonna do? After a while though, they go, okay, this is it. This is our time. We're gonna have to figure out and do something fun. So we might as well do it. And then they play together and then they do things together. And you find that there's, wow, interaction going on among family members. It's a good thing, but it takes getting over that hump of like, ugh, no TV, what are we gonna do? It's amazing, right? Because you know that, you know how the world goes. It's like most of the times, if your TV's not on all day long, like, even dad comes home, he might just come home and sit in front of the TV and TV's flipped on, watching the news or doing things. The kids are sitting around with the dad doing that. Could you imagine if dad came home or mom came home, whatever the situation is, instead of sitting down in front of on the couches, watching TV or wherever, or flipping at their phone or whatever, they sat down, they talked to their kids, they found out about their day, they interacted, they said, hey, let's go outside, take a walk around our yard, or let's go outside and throw the ball to each other. How much more value can you implore to your kid, invest in your spouse, spending that time together? I think I read something too with marriage. They said the best thing to do is not get a TV in the bedroom. What? Or have a phone? Amazing. Do you know that you'll spend more time talking as a couple if you didn't have your phone to stare at each night, or you didn't have a big giant TV screen to watch a movie with at night? Amazing. Without these devices like the phone or TV, and we can use phones because I get it. We have to be up on the news. We have to do all these things we have to do right now. But just by choosing not to do those things, you spend so much more time talking. The first few times it'll be weird, but after a while it's like, wow, we can communicate. communicate. And wow, there is a lot to talk about. You should try that. All right, so how do you implement this one? Especially being home all the time and the big giant TV is sitting there in the room. If you can't physically take it out of the room, like back in the day we just had small ones, we were able to pick it up and move it out of the room, and then nobody saw it and it was no big deal. But now you got them on your wall and everything else. Just unplug that TV, and guess what? Just do it. And just try it for 1 week. 1 week. Can you do that? And it's gonna be hard when you have little ones, because little ones are used to watching their TV show. They may cry for like 5, 10, maybe 20 minutes, but guess what? Eventually they stop. And when they stop, you can be like, okay, in about 10 minutes after mommy's done making dinner, we're gonna read a story together. Or in a few minutes, we're gonna play a game together. So you wait for mommy to get done. And then make sure you include them in your work. Let them help you do things. You're dusting, give them something to wipe off and dust it. You need to do the floors, give them something to help pick up the floors. But you also have to make it enjoyable for them, because when you take away a privilege like TV, you have to give them something back that's a lot more enjoyable. And doing chores may not be enjoyable, but for a kid, spending time together makes that difference. And the same thing with like teenagers and all that in your home. When you take away some kind of thing like a privilege, you have to add to it. So sit around as a family and spend time talking together. It's amazing. I know even this weekend, it was so much easier just to sit and just want to flip on TV on Sunday and do nothing. Well, then I just said, you know, let's just get together, kids. All right, let's get together and spend some time. And we didn't just sit around and pray the whole time, but we got together and we played games. We played simple games of charades, and then the girls taught us some games they play in their youth group, and we started playing those games together. And my timing of like literally a half hour turned into like an hour and a half of the kids spending time together, having fun, and they like were all smiling and they're all looking forward to it and all doing it. And I'm like, this is nice. So when you take something away, you got to put it back with something better. Communication right now is the great time to be interacting with your kids, a great time to build bonds with your spouse, especially one that you haven't talked to or spent much time with, because you're home and you're able to do these things. And it might be harder because this is a whole new adjustment to life, but you can bring that together and go, okay, we just spent some time together. All right, let's sit and let's talk about whatever, or who knows what. It's just, it brings that unity back together. And for yourself, sometimes when you go to bed at night, how many times do you flip on a movie and fall asleep to it? How many hours are just wasted doing that? How much more do you stay up because you want to watch the ending to that, or you want to do that, or you sit and watch it during the day and you waste so much time in your day when you can be spending it doing so much more things in your life. I know for myself, it's been a long time. We were talking the other day about movies we've watched and stuff, and so Jaden's like, Mom, and what movie have you watched recently? And I was like, I'm like, I don't really watch movies. And so I think I watched the movie Breakthrough that months ago, and that took me like a week to finally get through the whole movie. But I don't usually sit and watch movies. I've realized how much of a time waster sitting and watching movies is. I like good movies. I love Christian movies. I love movies with a good like triumphal like entry and like overcoming and God working things out. That's awesome. But I realized how much you get sucked into every single Christian movie out there, how much you get sucked into every single TV series because you want to watch the next one. You want to watch the next one, because that's how I used to be. I used to be like, I can't wait for Friday night to watch this, and every week we had to watch. And I realized, wow, that's a lot of watching wasted. And when I stopped doing that, it's so much easier. But it's so easy to get stuck into that, especially right now when you're home and it's like, okay, I can't wait to watch this series. I need to watch this, this, and this. And it's like spending so much wasteful time doing that. There's so much more you can do, especially when I'm sitting here complaining, I don't have time to get this done, or I don't have time to do that. So evaluate yourself this week. Perfect opportunity. Sit down and go, okay, we're gonna shut this TV off and we're not gonna use it. I mean, try it for a day. Well, for a day, yeah, try it. Get some ideas in your head of things you can do besides that TV, because it's going to be a learn thing that you want to watch, and say, okay, we're going to play a game together. Get us some board games. Oh my goodness, dust up those board game shelves that you haven't touched forever and finally play them. All those activities you bought for your kids that they never do, go do something with them. Sit down and make some Play-Doh with your kids. Like make it on the stove and then sit there and play with them. And enjoy making creations out of homemade Play-Doh. Add some little flavorings in there for some good smelling stuff. There's amazing all the things that you can do instead of sitting down and gluing yourself to the TV. Great time to do that. Maybe just shut it off and stop watching the news, especially right now. It might give you a whole lot more sanity in your mind. So, all right, you guys ready for this challenge this week? No TV for a week. I believe in you, and I know that you can do it. So next week we got a good one to come back to. So all right, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'm going to see you again tomorrow for another day in the life. You guys be blessed, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.